For today's detail, I'll be working on this Ford F-250. You can see the condition of the interior. It's really dirty. This truck has over 200,000 miles. It's used for construction. You can see just pretty much every area of this truck is dirty. These door jambs looks like they haven't been cleaned in a long time. And obviously the interior is really dirty. It's going to need a deep cleaning. Check out that steering wheel, it's coming apart. It's really dirty. The seats, you tell were probably a lighter color. Overuse, they just got really dirty, dingy. To these carpets, a lot of stains, random crumbs and food all throughout this interior underneath the seats. So this is definitely going to need a good cleaning. You can see in between the seats, a lot of stuff gets lost and just trapped there over the years. Got some food. I'll be going towards the back of the seats and showing you. But check out the cup holders here. Pretty dirty too. Like I said, this truck's used for construction, so it does take a lot of wear and tear every day. You even got some soiling on top here on the headliner. And now we move our way to the back. Looks just like the front. These back seats are really dirty. These leather seats are going to need to be really cleaned. And I'll condition them to get them feeling like new or in a better state for sure. Got some garbage there. And you can see again the soiling on the carpets. We got some bacon in the back seat, coins. Look at all that junk just in between the seats. It's going to need a thorough vacuuming and blowout with compressed air. First to get all this trash out of the interior and debris. Check out the soiling on the leather seats, in between the seams as well. And again, a lot of debris trapped underneath the seats. And we make our way to the passenger side. You can see same condition as the rest of the interior. Soiling on the carpets and the seats. This truck is going to take extra time compared to an average condition of an interior. Just as you can see the state, this is heavily soiled, it's really dirty. It's definitely going to need a deep cleaning. I began this detail by cleaning the door jambs. You can see they were really filthy. So a good pressure washer rinse will knock off a lot of that dirt. Combined with this all-purpose cleaner and a brush, it'll get all that dirt off the doors. And I'll do this for all the doors for this F-250 in between those hinges to really get all that grime off these door jambs. And that makes a big difference with the overall detail. It's the first thing you see when you walk inside your interior. And again, I rinse it off. I move on to clean the floor mats, combine with my cleaner and a drill brush. Start cleaning all the areas of the floor mat and then pressure wash rinse the residue. This will do a good job of cleaning these highly soiled floor mats. And I suck up the rest of that water here with my extractor and more shampoo just to give it that extra cleaning power. And already you should notice a difference. And once they dry up, they'll look even better. Next, I start separating all the garbage from the personal belongings. As you see, big piece of bacon left over. So anything valuable, I put in a separate bag. Anything that's obvious garbage, I throw out, of course. And I use some compressed air to blow out all that debris. There's just so much random garbage and debris and some personal belongings I found, so it took extra time before I started blowing out the whole interior and doing a thorough vacuum. So you can see I'm starting to vacuum. I make sure the seats are always reclined back and all the way back so I can get in between every little nook and cranny underneath the seats. And use compressed air. Look at all that dirt and sand, whatever grit just coming out from the carpets. Vacuuming alone took multiple hours for this Ford F-250 just because there was so much junk and food lodged between every little area in this truck. And it was important that I thoroughly vacuum, of course, for every car, but especially if I'm going to be using multiple shampoos and cleaners for the carpets. It had to be thoroughly vacuumed or I'd be making more of a mess. And on top of that, you can see there was a lot of pet hair. Now with some of the interior parts out, I start cleaning all the interior surfaces. Door panels here, I use a scrub pad, a brush to get inside the handles and the switches. That took multiple attempts to get really clean. And then you see the door sills are really dirty. It looks like it just dirt sat on this plastic for years, and it really just started to etch or bake into the plastic. So I used multiple attempts with an all-purpose cleaner, brushes, scrub pad, steam, again all-purpose cleaner here to get really inside this plastic and get all that dirt lodged out from the plastic to get it really clean. It took multiple attempts, a lot of time, as you see here, but I wanted to make sure it was as clean as I can get it, of course without doing any damage. But you can see after a few rounds, it's starting to lighten up and look like new condition. If not, it'll definitely improve. But from the beginning, you can see a noticeable difference. And also clean those rubber seals between the door and I show the door frame. I then move on to the steering wheel. This was another area that was heavily soiled. So you can see the steering wheel starting to fall apart just from daily use. This truck has well over 200,000 miles. So I used different cleaners with steam. It was just gunk that was stuck on the steering wheel just from our grease from our hands. Just the oils just got stuck onto the steering wheel from just use and all that dirt. It slowly started to come off, but this took a long time to get clean. A lot of it came off. The steering wheel still is all ripped condition, but at least I got a lot of that gunk off. The next day, I started cleaning the rest of the center console. Again, yes, next day. This interior detail took more than just one day because of the condition. But to do it right, I made sure I took my time to get inside all these little areas and get it clean. So like the cup holders here, the sun visor, inside the center console storage area as well. This area had a lot of stuck on food or something sticky. So I had to pry it off here with my little pick to get a lot of that waxy or sticky residue. My brush, steam, and then Goo Gone. Steam again. Eventually got cleaned up. These cup holders, look at all that muck, whatever that stuff is, it's nasty. But it's cleaned up. You can see my towels are really dirty after. Again, here working with a really strong all-purpose cleaner, my brushes, and steam. I was able to break up whatever that nasty stuff was. Move on to cleaning these leather seats. You can see they're really shiny. That's just from the use of all the body oil sitting on the leather seats. And you can see my towels, how dirty they are. And once I'm done cleaning this bottom portion of the seat, you'll see a 50-50 from the top and bottom, where it leaves like a more of a matte appearance for the bottom seat compared to the top. You can see a big difference how the matte part is just clean of all the body oils and dirt. And again, the top part's just really dirty. You can see how dirty my towels get after each wipe. Look at the seats, looks a lot better, more of a matte condition. It's brightened up. I finished with a leather conditioner. This leaves the seats feeling a lot more soft and supple. That new soft leather feel to it. And it'll also protect the leather. Same goes here for the center armrest. Now moving sections, start cleaning the rest of the interior surfaces. This is the passenger side. Feels just as dirty, of course, like the driver's side. Same goes for the rest of the truck. I'm in the back now. Different all-purpose cleaners and towels and my brushes. Pretty much every surface of this truck needed to be cleaned. These back seats were just as dirty. There were some particular spots that were soiled really bad, but with my leather cleaner, a lot of that came out and got these leather seats brightened up and looking really good. Now I move on to the carpets. Again, multiple cleaners had to be used for all these carpets. A lot of soiling. And I used different techniques to get the soiling and staining out. I pre-treat it, then use a drill brush to agitate the carpet fibers. I use a manual brush to get some extra cleaning power, steam it. That really knocked out a lot of the soiling, and I had to remove a lot of that cleaner, and then any remaining soiling or dirt that were in the carpets, my extractor pulled it out. And I was really impressed with the results. Take a look up close. These carpets look a lot better, cleaned up, and again the upholstery is a lot brighter. Now this truck's all finished up here. Take a look at these door jambs. Big difference. Look at that door panel, it's so much brighter. Doesn't have that layer of dirt and filth sitting on it. Again, the door jambs look so clean. These door sills look great compared to condition, especially when it was dropped off. Now these seats are ripped a little here on the sides, but the parts that are intact are cleaned up and they're conditioned so they feel nice and soft. This interior smells a lot better. Look at the carpets here. If you remember, in the center was a lot of spots that were darker, and that was from a lot of soiling, sand buildup along the driver's side and the gas pedal. In between this area, that took a lot of time. I had to use different cleaners and Goo Gone to get whatever was stuck in there. The seats and the parts where they're bolted down where it's just grimy, that's cleaned up. Big difference. This truck looks a lot better. And for being over 200,000 miles, now this interior looks so good. It'll keep this truck looking really good going forward. You can see here along the steering wheel, and then all the buttons here on the radio and the HVAC controls. Dashboard's free of all that dust and debris. Again, this truck had a lot of pet hair too, that's cleaned up as well. The staining here in the center area on the headliner is cleaned up. And look at these carpets, again the door sills are clean. The seats in the back, this leather cleaned up really good. And you can see it's conditioned, so now it's got some life back to the leather. It doesn't look dry and dirty anymore. And again, these carpets clean up really well. A lot of that soiling's gone, and they look a lot brighter in color. The seat rails are clean, the bacon's gone, all that junk in between the seats gone. These cup holders, all that muck is, whatever nasty stuff is gone and cleaned up. This truck looks a lot better compared to when I started. And back here, the storage area is all clean in between the back seats. This is a complete interior detail service. An interior detail can take a longer time compared to the exterior, depending on the condition of course, but in this case this interior needed more than 1 day. But as you can see, it's worth it. The condition looks a lot better, huge improvement. Again, here's a close-up of the carpet. A lot of that soiling's gone. Really impressive results. Passenger side, again these carpets are just so much better. Big improvement, especially considering it's used for construction. It's well over 200,000 miles. And that dashboard's looking really clean. And here's a close-up of the leather on the passenger seat. Now with the floor mats in, you can see these look a lot better too. With the combination of the drill brush and the pressure washer, they got them looking really good and clean. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. Please like and subscribe. This is David from Southside Detail.